Oh, I don't have my name tag on. Oh, but I'm live. Good morning. I'm Kelly from Bernina Sewing Center of Lincoln. I hope you're having a great morning. You might have to have your coffee. But we have some great deals that you don't want to miss out on. So this month, we've got our Black Friday starting. This is the 18th through the 30th sale. And we have the B35 on sale. I'll let you read those prices for yourself. We do have an L850 on sale as well, and the B535 and the B535 with embroidery. We also have financing, so we have two great financing deals available. We have 60-month financing and 48-month financing with the Bernina card. So those are two pretty great deals that you don't want to miss out on. And then there's some great long arm deals as well going on. And then there's also some great promotions going on with our B880 and our 790. So if you buy either or both, you'd get then a free L860 with purchase. And then this deal you can't quite get in on just yet. It's not time. So we'll leave that one covered up a little bit so that way it's still under wraps. We have some other great deals going on. With our purchase of our L890, you get some great deals as well. So that you get the serger suitcase, the big book of serging, and the serger foot set. And with the L860, you get that free, of course, with a 880 or the 790 plus. If you'd purchase a Burnett 79, you'd also get free creator software. And then there's a couple horn deals. So you can either get a Q20 horn on the lift table, which is similar setup to this one here. This is just our store model here that we have actually our store model on sale. So otherwise you can opt to purchase a brand new one, or you can take our store model home. Our store model's price is, you might need to call me about this one. So I'm not gonna give you the price yet, but if you are interested, we do have two different store models available, and there are floor models, so they've just been lightly sewn on. So we have a Q16 and a Q20 available on the horn lift. So it doesn't come with the gift packages that this has, but it's a very similar deal to this one actually. See if I can clip it on. That might be the real test. Nope. It might not stay. So
I'm just gonna leave it lay.
Maybe the deal's too good. And then we also do have the Q20 on a studio frame as well. So it's batting bar, casters, pantograph kit, Q series gift box, which has all kinds of goodies in it. That's as well. Other things we've got going on too. So we have our beautiful 770 plus and B475. I'll let you zoom in a little bit there. And they both come with luggage. We need to get that out of the box yet. And then if you'd buy embroidery with the 770 plus, you'd also get, it's the 5 different embroidery bundles with it for embroidery designs, some thread, all kinds of goodies, the big book of embroidery as well, a little bit of stabilizer, all kinds of fun things to get you started with. So that's one of the great deals. So yes, I talked about that. Our other sales, you can read this here. So we have two different feet on sale this month. They're the double cording feet. One's a little bit wider than the other. I had them here. Bear with me. I like to make myself, when I have different projects I'm working on, I kind of like to make myself a little goodie box. Helps keep me organized. If you're going to a quilt retreat, comment down below if you are. This is kind of my organizational tip for you as well, with needles and bobbins and all those good things. I like to keep everything in one of these little, it's almost like an index card size box. Just helps keep me organized, so that way I can find what I need if I'm traveling and it's got a lid on it. I like to keep my oil in here. This is one of those refillable oiler pens. They're great. I dearly love this. I keep a little mini ruler. It's a 6" by 1" ruler. I keep my thread for my projects. I keep a little machine cleaning brush. I keep my thread snips in here. I keep my needle changing tool. That's always one that seems to wander and walk away from you when you need it the most. And then I usually keep my assortments of needles. And so lately I've been doing a lot of embroidery, so I have usually my embroidery needles in here, along with my big bulk thing of embroidery needles. If you go through a lot, this is a little tip. Order them in bulk. You can save quite a bit of money with ordering them in bulk. And then I save my little packages to put them back in there. And I am going to, so with bobbins, needles and bobbins are our sale as well. And sometimes people will walk in and they'll go, oh, I need a tube of bobbins. Well, it matters which bobbin do you really need for your machine. These are what we call CB bobbins. This is a standard Bernina bobbin that they've used for many, many years. There's 7 holes on a Bernina bobbin, 1 for each letter of Bernina. So those are probably some of the most common ones. This is a little bit older bobbin. It's kind of got oval holes here. This is called a rotary bobbin. These are expensive, usually to replace, so if you have a machine that uses them, do not lose them. So you might want to invest in some storage for your bobbins, just to keep yourself organized. This is the 8 series bobbin, which is what my machine at home uses. So I wind quite a few of these, it seems like. And then this is the bobbin that's on most of the machines in the current lineup, 790, 770 plus. Even the 475, 435, 5 series machines, they use this bobbin. So, which bobbin is a real question, but it's all fun and games until your bobbin absolutely runs out. And there's different types of needles as well. Schmidt's has some really good information, little pamphlets that they give out with needle purchases. And they have a really good app that has the information as well. So if reading this little tiny font is not your thing, go online and actually look. They have one in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. And it's just called Schmidt's. It's a really good information. A lot of the times, if your machine's having problems, usually you need to first change your needle, oil your machine. That's going to be where a lot of your problems are going to be coming from with your machine. So make sure you're changing your needle. If you're embroidering, it's usually quite a bit faster. I've heard anywhere from every 50,000 stitches, you should change it, to every 2 to 3 hours. It depends on how fast your machine is going in and out of the fabric. But typically, and if you're sewing, it might be every 4 to 6 hours. If you hear kind of a pop, 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 pop sound or a ticking, replace your needle. So that's the big thing. But there's all different kinds of needles available, all different good things. So I think is FedEx stopping. Any comments so far?
Nothing yet so far.
Okay. My other little tidbit of tips for you. This is my personal bobbin box. Yes, it has streamers attached. That's my lovely thread. My husband's shaking his head at me right now. He's also our cameraman. I like to sort my bobbins, so the bobbins that are actually at the top here are loaded with my embroidery thread. So that way I can just, when I have a few extra minutes of time, I can actually sit down and sew quite easily. So I kind of preload my own bobbins for myself. That way I can sit down and sew, and I can sew pretty quick and get going with my projects. So that's my little tip. There is no pre-wound for a Bernina. So you need to make sure, don't use the standard preloaded threads. There's like a gumming agent on them that they'll be a little bit stickier. So you want to make sure you're using your actual bobbins that come with your machine, not pre-wound bobbins. So kind of a good little tip for you. But this is how I like to organize my bobbins, just so that way they don't wander all over the place. And so I end up just packing up my little to-go kit. That way I have easy sewing on the go. What do you keep? Comment down below if you keep something else that we think, you know, I didn't put a seam ripper in this. Some people would. This is kind of my more embroidery based box, so that's why there's no seam ripper in it. But you might want to add a seam ripper. And I also keep my embroidery USB sticks in here just so that they're all together. Now, if you notice, I did not have my pins in there just because I didn't want to put my pins in here with everything else. So comment below if you have some other things that you might add to your staple box, different things like that. And have a great day. Happy Wednesday. How was that? And finish.